Good morning, everyone. Look, we have Joanna back. Yay!
Good morning.
You have such a pretty sparkly shirt on, too.
Yep, going into town today to enjoy the traffic of downtown Houston.
Sounds like so much fun. Sign me up.
Oh, I'm thrilled. I mean, we're literally gonna almost circumvent the city with the different appointments I've got today. It's gonna be a long day,
Ugh,
and most of it will be driving. Oh, but it will be fine. We'll be fine.
time for an audiobook.
Peace, serenity. Not with my mother-in-law driving. She's at the wheel. She's at the helm today. I'm the passenger.
That's true. She's driving, so just bring a book.
Yeah, she won't let me do that either. She's gonna want to talk, and I don't know. I might be
Oh,
able to put in my headphones at some point and listen to some stuff, but I also don't
see,
want to be rude. Like she's taking her whole day to drive me
drive
around
you
since
around.
I can't be trusted driving that far without needing a recovery team. React, react.
I was gonna say I'm not sure trusted is the right word. it's
Well,
your
every
your
time I,
body can't be trusted. It's not like you're making a
yeah, I
choice.
mean, that's the truth. Every time
Yeah.
I go far, someone has to recover me. Something happens. So,
Well,
I mean, it's like I went to get coffee the other day. It started raining. I had a couple errands. I'm like, whoop, I'm done going home because they're going to
well,
have to come get me.
Well, Joanna, say hi to Alicia. Alicia joined us yesterday. She's one of
Hi,
the
Alicia.
my booktube friends. We do sprints together, so I'll be on her sprints, she'll be on mine, and reading sprints and stuff.
Wonderful.
And she was like, I have a book I haven't worked on for a while, and I'm like, join us in the morning then. So here she
Heck
is,
yes.
2 days in a row. She's starting her habit too.
All right. That's good.
And Elena's here. Hi, Elena. Good morning.
Hi, Elena.
All right. So, are we ready? Kick these sprints off before you go on your grand adventure.
Oh, yes. This will be the most lovely part of my day.
Well, I'm glad to be a part of it. All
hmm
right, let's kick it off. No more
Let's
procrastinating.
do it to it. All
30
right.
minutes
See you in
and
30.
play. We made it through the first sprint. I'm actually getting some good writing done today. It's like some kind of miracle. How about you, Joanna? She's like, the mute's here somewhere. I'll find it. I know it's here.
So what happens when you have multiple browsers open. I'm like, which
Story of my
one?
life.
Where'd it go?
I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah, I'm getting good words done. So I love the progress that's happening as a result of this. The morning and after the morning writing gets me going, so I'll write in the afternoon. It's really good.
I write tonight with Jessica, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So excellent, excellent. How about you, Alicia? How'd you do? How'd you do? What words did you get in? Oh, excuse me. Jessica is in the Jessica. Sorry, this is Kiwi that left. Alicia's in this stage. You and I were in, 20 years ago with little ones at home. And I told her that the big thing was that we always big regret I've had, you have to tell me if that was true for you, Joanna, is that once I had kids, I stopped writing.
Yeah.
Paula. Hi, Paula. Welcome.
I think I definitely stopped a lot of the stuff I did for me. As far as story writing in particular, the only thing I really did while raising my kids was journaling. It was the only thing there was time for.
Yep.
So.
Same. And every now and again, I would sketch something down, right?
Yeah, but it was like a poem or something.
Oh, I was never into poems, but it'd be like a little outline or a little, just the beginning of a story
Mm-hmm.
or just a character sketch. You know what I mean? Like, and then I would never do anything with it. So yeah, it's, I'm like, hey, anytime we can encourage you, and it's amazing how much you can get done with so little time if you just do it,
Mm-hmm.
as
the
often
consistency.
as you can. Yep.
It's the pebbles builds mountains principle, and I'm just like, oh, this is working.
Right. Yeah, Alicia said she had many projects going, so she chose Adrenaline. It's one about, I think it's YA racing story. So that's what she's working on. And she said she got her coffee, read through your story notes and chapter outlines. Yay!
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep. Got to get back in that brain space to remember what the heck it was you were writing. That's the thing I like about the consistency, right? I don't have to, every time I sit down, get back in the headspace, right? I sit down, I am in the headspace. You know what I mean?
Like, right.
That's really nice. I understand that write every day thing. That's part of it, right? That's why they say write every day. It's just, life.
Life. It's fun. So much fun. Ah!
Oh. Yeah, I didn't have time to shower this morning. I just got up, fed the cats, and sat down. That's
I put on real clothes this morning. I was like,
I know, look at you. But I'll shower after I eat my oatmeal, probably. I'm at that time of the month, hormones up and down. I'm at the time of the month where I'm hungry all the time, no matter what I eat. It's ridiculous. I hate this time. This is my least favorite time. That not being able to be satisfied thing, it's ridiculous. And it's all hormones. It's not reality. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mess.
It's a mess. Alicia said, I have my little ones and it was like everything stopped. Then everything else took over, raising them, the pandemic, lost my mom, and always come back to writing and try it again. Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm sorry about your mom, and I get it. I lost my dad. So all of these things going on, it is it's crazy, and it's always crazy. And that is the other thing that hopefully Joanna and I can show you is if you wait for the right time to write, you'll never write. There is no right time. It'll never, things will never settle down. Things will never be, which is, by the way, you don't have to write. If you don't want to write, don't do it. But if you really, really want to write, you just got to do it. You just got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I dealt with a lot of, I don't know, the intrusive thoughts, the gremlins as this chronic illness really kicked up, and I've just had to slow down until I was ready to go again and had my
Mhm.
bearings, right? I mean, this has been a life changer for me, and so I just had to get my bearings and had to make priorities. And sadly, the writing for a little bit, took a notch or two down, just like when you were raising kids. But the bearings are there now. I mean, things could always get worse, but at least there's a level of acceptance now, and whatever. So, but definitely, sometimes you just gotta take a deep breath. But for the most part, being in the chair every day is what works.
The biggest help. Yep. Paula says she's still in her PJ bottoms. And
I
this
wish I
means something because
was.
Paula's in the UK. So
Okay,
it's later for her.
okay.
But I get it. I totally get it. Especially after the
I
night you had. Was
know.
it last night? The night before? I can't remember now. She had a little one that just would not go to sleep. So she was struggling. Let's see. Alicia, love to write. I'm always writing something. Why I have so many stories unfinished. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing you learn, right? So I'm glad that you've decided on a story and this is the one I'm going to finish. So
Mhm.
Greg popped in yesterday, Joanna. You missed him. And I was talking about how
Oh,
it's amazing how motivating it is to finish that story. You have one
mhm,
done. Even if you never
mhm,
look at it again, even if no one ever
mhm.
sees it again, to have that thing done is extremely motivating and satisfying. So, and Greg was
Yeah,
like, for sure, finish a project.
yeah, yeah.
Choose a project, get it done. Paula, kids, we love them, but they like to throw a wrench in the works. Yes, they do. Yes,
Oh,
they do.
children.
Yes, they do. My my husband and I always say children are the best thing we've ever done. They're also the worst thing we've ever done. They're both simultaneously.
It's a learning curve for sure.
Yep,
Doesn't
indeed.
ever stop, no
Uh
matter
oh.
how old they are.
Uh oh. Yeah,
They're
Alicia agrees.
cute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. It is what it is. I'm just, someday they're gonna have to take care of my old ass. That's what we did. That's the trade off. Sorry, guys. I'm just waiting for grandkids, man. You don't have any grandkids yet either, do you, Joanna?
No, I'm
Yeah.
not
See,
expecting to have any grandkids.
yeah, we'll see. It's a toss up. I'm pretty sure Jenna's gonna have them. Xander wants them, but he'd actually have to have a girlfriend.
That's kind of the status we're in around here. I mean, and it might happen,
Yeah.
but I'm not holding my breath, and I'm good. I'm really good.
I'm not. I want grandkids. I mean, I'm good right now, but I want
Yeah.
grandkids.
No, who knows? I'm
Yep.
dealing with today. What's right in front of
That I
me?
understand. That I understand. Heck, I never thought I was gonna want kids, let alone be that one that demands grandkids. But I am. It was Monday, yeah. Finally gave in at almost 1 a.m. Whoo that is late.
Yeah, I don't miss those days either. We were watching the Deep Space Nine episode last night where Worf was babysitting um, the engineer's kid. I just lost their names. Anyways, Worf, this big old Klingon babysitting, and he was just looking at it as a challenge as the baby was screaming all night. It was hilarious. I was like, this is funny. This is the best part of this
Was
episode.
it Miles, baby?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
Miles and
yes.
Keiko. Yeah.
Yeah, when their daughter went back in time or whatever. Mhm.
Uh, I haven't seen all the Deep Space Nines. It's been a while. I joined the
Yeah,
Navy right at that time, so when you join the military and everything like falls apart. So I
yeah.
didn't actually. Sorry. So I didn't watch the whole thing. Awesome. All right, let's dive back into this writing sprint. Writing
All
sprint
right.
number 2. I almost did 3.
See
I'm
you.
ahead. 2.
All right. See you in 30.
And sprint number 2 done. I'm almost done with this chapter. I just might finish it in this last sprint. This close. This close. How are you, Joanna?
I am doing good. I am almost done with my chapter 2. Oh, not chapter 2, but also.
Yeah. I gotcha. It'll be nice. This is a explanation chapter with the surprise at the end kind of thing, right? So I'm just working my way to that surprise, and I'm very excited.
Gotcha.
Yawning is cheating. Paula says that she doesn't like DS9, but that sounds funny. Worf just willpowering it through. I mean, that's what every mother does. We just willpower it through. What else are we going to do?
Yeah.
I was lucky. My 2 kids were good sleepers, and they didn't cry a lot.
That's good.
Alicia said that she got breakfast and she was reading through the storyline and feels like she wants to change so many things. I know that's the hard part. That is the hardest, especially like, we read a lot, right? So you start to understand story structure. So you go back to your work and you're like, maybe. But you'll be in that loop forever if you do that.
Yep.
You'll be in a loop forever.
At some time, you just have to kick it to an editor and let them give you feedback.
Well, this hasn't been touched in a while. I guarantee you she could go back and revise it. But at this point, I would just end it. If you want to write notes so you don't forget later.
Yeah.
But again, Alicia's restarting right now. So this is a time where everything is going to distract you at the moment because everything needs to be done. Right? So.
Yeah.
The fact that you are here and you are working on it is already progress. So
most definitely. It's good progress.
And Ren's here. Hi, Ren. Welcome. Are you writing today? Are you reading today? What are you up to? Did you just stop in to say hi and hit that like button? Yes, please don't forget to hit the like button. I much appreciate it. So we'd have more people come in here and work with us. The more people that come with us, the more likely we are to get up and do this thing. Like this morning when I didn't have time to take a shower because getting out of bed was difficult. But it wasn't only, Joanna's there for me. Joanna, forgive me. We're friends. I was like, oh no, Alicia's going to be there. I can't even tell her that I can't get here today. I need to get on. So it makes a difference. It does.
Yeah.
Yay, Ren's here to boop the like button. Thank you very much. Finishing off your audiobook. Oh, what are you listening to? I need to Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I borrowed it from Libby, but it's 32 hours long.
That's a lot.
So I think it's due tomorrow, and there's no way I'm not going to be done. Let's see. It is due. Yeah, it's due tomorrow, and I'm only at 39%. And of course, there's a wait list. So I still have 20 hours left. 20 hours. So, because usually my audiobooks I listen while I'm doing other things, right?
Sure.
And I can't do it while I'm writing or editing or any of that because I can't have words going on. I can't edit, and I can't edit something and pay attention to another story, right? There's no way. So it's when I'm doing dishes or when I'm driving or, all of these kind of things. And none of those things do I do for 32 hours in 2 weeks. That's, it doesn't take me that long.
Understood. Yeah. I mean, without a commute every day,
yep.
I'm having a hard time getting to the podcasts I like to listen to, let alone books. I mean, because that's my rule. I have certain podcasts I listen to, and I try to keep up with them, and then I go to the books. Sometimes I can't handle the podcast, so I'm like, I just need to escape. But not having a commute, I'm like loving that my gas tank never needs to be refilled, but I'm like, this is maybe, okay.
Yeah, there's a reason we've switched to leasing cars instead of buying them because we drive almost not at all. When we do drive, it's in large spurts. Like we drive to Atlanta,
Right.
But we don't. Our every day we don't drive, and so the leasing the car has ended up being cheaper.
Really?
because we don't have the miles, right? We're not getting the miles in. So yeah, it's a little crazy. Alicia, yeah, exactly, Ren. 32 hours. Look, it's this book. This is why. It's 32 hours.
That's, I believe it.
I'm at this point in the book right now. And no, I'm not doing this simultaneously. I marked it because if I can't get the book back in time, and because I can't have a long
You'll know.
pause and then go back to the
Right.
audio, I won't remember. So I made sure to mark it so when it goes back tomorrow, I know where to start physically reading.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I do have an Audible credit though. I might just do it on Audible, but it seems weird to already have a third of it done and now buy it on. You know what I mean? Like, and I have the physical. I don't know. I don't know. Decisions are hard. Let's see, Alicia. One thing I confuse myself with in my own story is the MC name. I have 2 names for her, so I would have to fix that at least. Yes, that happens when you do pauses too, right? So when you have pauses in between writing, you forget. And like between book 4, I forget. At this point I have the major players' names, but a whole bunch of the minor characters I can't remember. I'm like, wait, what was her dad's name? I don't know. Like so I have notes on the side. So that's one thing you'll learn to do too as you do write. Like you'll have notes on the side to remember. And the least amount of pauses you have, the more consistent you are, the less that will happen. So
Yeah, when I jumped back into Daughters of Terran, my series, I just spent like a week in my canon notes and documents and character profiles, just like re-immersing myself in who everybody was, and just slowly, like I spent like a week just enjoying working on the canon documents, because that's a project in and of itself. Like, it's nuts. I'm like, I need an assistant.
Nope, I get that too. But this is so sorry. I don't know why I'm so tired. I went to bed on time last night and everything. Again, I'm gonna blame hormones. This being hungry all the time and tired for no reason. Yeah, I think that's why I wrote this book in the modern world instead of my fantasy, big epic building fantasy kind of thing, because I needed a break from that world building.
Yeah.
The only world building I have to do here is the magic system, right? That's it.
Well, that's why I had to put it down with the start of everything that's gone on with me. Is it's just too much. That the cosmos is what it says it is. It's a cosmos, and there's all this stuff, and I'm like, my poor little brain is going to melt down trying to do this. And so that's what I started doing. I started just writing like this, I don't know, it's like a historical family saga. It starts in the 1890s and it will come forward to the modern era. But so I started on the one in the 1890s, and it's just where I go when I can't do anything else. I've got like 14 chapters. Pretty proud of myself. Like, holy Hannah, So something has been done, but just not where I wanted to be.
It's not the project we're supposed to be working on. Yeah, that's notoriously a writer issue as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, shiny. Yeah, I feel that. Ren said the longest audio that they've done was 26, 28 hours, somewhere in there, and it felt like a drag for me. Well, that's just it. This book is not intense, and it's not like I'm not anxious to get back to it kind of book, right? It's not like I must know what happens next. The plot is loose at best, but it feels almost like character studies and just this kind of interesting thing on how to, it's historical fantasy with magic thrown in, right? And so it's just, and it's during the Napoleonic Wars. And so it's really fun the way they're going back and forth. Like one of the magicians is in Portugal right now trying to show how useful he can be. He was like, oh, can I do this? Can I do that? He wanted to send the general's like, no, you're useless, right? He's like, can you give me more men? He's like, well, no. He's like, well, then you're useless, right? That kind of thing. And so he said he's like, I could do a biblical plague and rain frogs on the French and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no. and some guy came in and he was like, I don't understand. I tried to do all these things. And they were like, well, the French eat frogs and he's trying to starve them out. You just were offering them food. So it's really cool, like this kind of study about things you don't think about if you don't know anything about the people. Um, and a whole bunch of the stuff is like that. It's just a deep character dive. It feels like Dickens, but written in the modern, well, I mean, Napoleon, written in modern language, but it feels like a Dickens story. Dickens always went off on these little tangents.
Yeah.
And the plot was loose at best, right? That's what this feels like. So that's what this is, Ren, which is why I probably could put it down and pick it back up and it would be fine. I'm really enjoying the writing. I think that's why I'm listening to it the most. If I was just reading this for fun, I don't know. But Susanna Clark can write. I'll give her that. Alicia, I also think I need to change the racing scenes and take out the very precise street names and routes. But that is later. Yeah, it will help if you leave that a little looser, because it makes it not so confusing for the person reading it, trying to go, wait, where the heck was Main Street? And then it also makes it you less likely to confuse things. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's huge. Yay, Courtney showed up. Hi, Courtney. Courtney likes a useful man. That's right. Don't we all? All right. Does that mean your man was useful, Courtney? I know he's been doing yard work lately. But we are going to go into our last sprint. We want to make sure to be done by 9. Joanna has a very busy day ahead. So let's go ahead and dive into the last sprint, and then we will chat at the end. See y'all in 30.
All right.
Ha, unmuted. We have made it. We made it. We've done our 3 sprints for the day. I've didn't finish the chapter, but I have 3 sentences left. So I'm not even going to finish it. So I can start right away tonight and just finish that chapter because I know exactly where I'm going. It's always a good place to stop for me. Yep.
Let's see. I was about 3 paragraphs from being done. So
yes.
So I'll definitely probably get back to that tonight and close that out. That'll be good. So good. Yay. What about our viewers? Where are they at? Have they said?
I'm sorry. Oh, I don't know. No, not yet. Alicia, how did you do? Courtney, I don't know if you stuck around, if you were reading or writing. It was good to see you, though. I have found, because I always like to finish the chapter. There's something about that worked for me. But lately, because it's been so hard to concentrate, you see me even here on the sprints where I get distracted and it's just really hard for me to focus on it. So I keep thinking the only reason to go on, because I can manage the rest of my life. It's hard. It's a struggle, but life is a struggle, right? I can manage it. But the one thing that the ADHD meds would help with, I hope, would be writing. That's the one thing that I just can't seem to muscle my way through it enough to get it actually written. But leaving something open, that makes it a lot more exciting to get back to it. So
I hear that. It does. Because it nags at you, especially that thought process. Yep. Like yesterday, I got a real slow start, but it was just nagging at me. And I just said, I'm just going to be still and be quiet. But I'm going to pick up the computer and I'm going to try. Bam! 3,000 words later. I was like, oh, that was a win. That was an absolute win. So
yeah, it's making a big difference for me. Yeah, Alicia said that she finished reading through the storyline, 39 pages, and she has her work cut out for her, right? It's funny. You read, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do.
39 pages, she's ready. That's so cool.
But the ideas for the story are forming. That's awesome. That's half the battle, right? Is getting into, right? Getting into that kind of thing to actually be in that space again in order to be with those characters. I want to change so much and write more. Good. I'm so glad. I'm glad this is working for you, Alicia. It's working for us too, obviously. So, but we're not going to go through the whole break. I hit the timer out of habit. But I just want to thank you all for coming and joining us. And Joanna and I will be back tomorrow morning. And Alicia too, I hope. And we will get some more words in. Yay. All right, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.